What are the biggest challenges that companies are facing to move to shift to this flexible work model?
There are quite a few, actually. As I was saying before, I think remote work doesn't affect just the way we work, but the way we live. For many years, managers, directors of companies, they were used to have the people in front of them. And I think as I was saying before, that just make them feel powerful to have to watch the people. So first, one of the big challenge is managers need to trust their employees. And I think remote work really shown that a lot of managers didn't trust their employees because they don't believe in remote work. And I think the first key thing of remote work is trust. If you don't trust your people, you will not like remote work because you have to trust them. You don't see them. You don't know what time they wake up. You don't know what time they start working. You don't know what time they actually take a break. You don't know that. Okay. So trust has to be really strong in the company. And then you need to train your people, okay? And you need to make them accountable, okay? Because you just trust them and okay, fine, you're just on your own, you work, I don't see you, but I want you to be accountable because you need to get the job delivered. So that requires training, okay? But good training, okay? Then you have to have a really good communication. Communication is really important when it comes to remote work, okay? It's usually asynchronous because, for example, in together we have people in South America, we have people in India. In terms of time zone, we are really different. And sometimes I will write, for example, this morning I wrote to my colleague in Venezuela. For me, it was 10 a.m. For him, it was probably, I don't know, 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. So you need to implement asynchronous communication, written communication. Okay, that's really important that everything is written, okay, and everything is documented. If you are implementing a new process, don't just tell someone about it. Write the whole process, put in the share folder, and then share to everyone because everyone needs access to it. If you just tell someone, it's not like you are in the office and you will just take your team, tell them, and no, you need to document. Okay, that's really important. You also need to meet. And I think a lot of people against remote work say, yeah, but remote work, we never meet. No, remote work doesn't mean you never meet your colleagues. At Together, we meet twice a year. So that's something that you also need to think. That means it's a cost, okay? You need a budget to actually meet because you need to pay the train or the flight of people and then the hotel. But you need to make sure you meet, okay? You need to make sure you look after your employees, even more than when they are on site. Because when you're on site, and I was a manager myself on site for many years, if someone one morning looks sad or looks tired or looks worried, it's easier to spot. You can see that person, today that person is not smiling, today that person, you can see. So you can come to the person saying, hey, what's wrong? Do you want to talk? So when it comes to remote, you will not see that. You will not see that person looks sad or tired or whatever. So you really need to be close to your people to create like a trust environment because people need to trust you enough to talk to you about whatever happened. Because if someone is sad because whatever happened in the family, whatever, maybe what you need to do is just spend time. Maybe the person just needs to talk, or maybe that person just needs a day off to just sort out what they have to do. So it's really important that you create this culture of trust, okay, with the people, because if someone is worried or sad or whatever, and you don't spot it, after a while that person might break down or might just quit, and you will not even see it coming. And maybe the last point is to create like a strong culture. First, you need to make sure you hire the person for the right reasons, not just because you offer remote work. And I believe that a lot of people say, I want remote work, but they're not really ready to work remotely. You need to be accountable. You need to be really well organized. You need to be a hard worker. And you need to be someone you trust, okay? So you need to spot that when you do the interviews. You need to understand why that person wants to work remotely. And if that person has the right skills, especially soft skills, to be a good remote worker. Because Otherwise, that will just not work. And to implement remote work is not easy. And I believe that the combination of what I said will make it successful. Okay. But you don't manage someone remotely the same way you manage someone on site.